Today, we will introduce indicator S11.
This indicator is mainly composed of three parts. Let's look at the first part, short-term and medium-term trends.
This part is reflected on this as
A gray line and a light red line form a golden cross,
forming a golden cross and a death cross. Here we can judge the short-term
and medium-term trends and directions. The second part is the divergence signal. When there is a divergence, B will appear here. It indicates a bottom divergence. If NSS appears here, it indicates top divergence. Well, whenever bottom divergence occurs, the indicator signal is rising, but the price keeps falling.
This may form a trend reversal at this time.
When a B is formed here, it may be a good point to try to buy. On the contrary, if there is a top divergence, the price keeps rising,
but the indicator trend is constantly decreasing.
At this time, an S-stop signal a signal of a top divergence.
At this time, setting a stop loss or reducing positions
or even liquidate
is a good signal to do.
So the third part is the analysis of capital inflow. We use orange columns here to represent it. Whenever is a large price decline, orange columns will appear representing, indicating the beginning of capital inflow.
Okay, let's go back to this charting software. Okay, let's take a look at S11 now and see how it performs on the S&P.
Now we open S11. After opening it, we can see that, let's look at its buying points from November 2023 to the current S and P's trend. Let's take a look at the performance of S11. Okay, let's look at the buying point. When this upward triangle appears, it may be a good buying point.
This time on April 23rd, 2024,
a signal appeared on this day, buy here. And then there was a good upward trend. Let's look at the second. When there is a bottom divergence, there will be a B. Let's look at this B. There is a buying signal. There was a rapid rise here. And like this time, the recent one, there was a bottom divergence. Okay. There is a nice rise here.
Okay, let's look at the buying part first.
Buying signal from 2022, from August 2022 to January 2024. Here is a buy signal. Look, these two buying signals. What's the problem with them is that when a buy signal appears, the price rose for a few days afterwards, but it quickly fell again and even hit a new low. So we need to pay attention. When a buy signal appears, doesn't necessarily mean the bottom of the price. There may be a decliner.
When the price is in a downtrend
and the momentum is falling sharply, buying signal does not constitute a very safe guarantee. We need to consider the market trend
to judge whether this buying signal,
whether it is a price bottom. When we buy stocks based on the signal, we must set a stop loss to avoid losses caused by price declines. In the same way, let's take a look. On August 22nd, 2023, there was also a signal here. There was a small increase afterwards, but the price quickly fell again. On September 29th, 2023, there was another signal, but the price did not stop falling. It fell to a lower price here. There was a rebound, but the price continued to fall after that, creating a lower. Here forms a divergence. Prices keep hitting new lows, but the indicator did not create a new low. And we can see that there is a constant inflow of funds, the orange body. So when AB is formed here, forms a divergence, we can try to buy here, and then there was a very big rise later, okay? Let's look at the front. In 2020, it was the time of the COVID-19 panic. We had a very good buying point here.
On March 24th, 2020,
There was a very buying point
when the signal appeared.
There was a very big bull market after that. Okay, let's take a look at this indicator. Performance on other titles. Let's look at this indicator. Performance on Bitcoin.
The performance of Bitcoin from May
to the present. Let's take a look.
On June 26th, 2024
and August 6th in 2024. On these 2 days, there were buys. When the signal came, when we bought it, the price hit new low. Here, a divergence formed by here. After buying,
Bitcoin's price rose from 56,000
to 108,000, which is a good increase.
Okay, let's look at March 2025.
A buying point was formed here. Bitcoin's price was between 80,000 and 83,000 by here, and then
formed a good upward trend.
It rose again to a new high of 111,000. Okay, let's look at the selling part. Let's go back to S&P. After a good rise in price,
here forms a descending triangle.
We set a stop loss here, and then the price
fell quickly.
So we protect our profits here. Let's continue to explain. Here, a descending triangle appears.
We set a stop loss for the descending triangle. When the price doesn't break through our stop loss,
we continue to hold the stock. The price came to this day. A descending triangle has formed.
We set a stop loss here.
The price broke through later, so we exit the position here in this way. We successfully protect our profits. This section of the price is in a strong range.
How can we judge it?
Set a stop loss when the indicator gives a signal, but the price is always in a strong position. We can use moving average as the basis for judging the exit.
Here, the price is obviously in a strong upward phase. As long as the price does not break a moving average,
we will hold on to it. It breaks here, so we can exit here. We can also get a good rise. Let's take a look. When the price is at a very high top, is there a signal for us to exit the market? It forms a good signal here.
A descending triangle and an S appeared.
We set a stop loss here, which can avoid a subsequent sharp decline. We can set profit taking order here and here, successfully avoiding the subsequent long decline. Okay. Let's look at other targets. The QQQ. There is a buy signal here. There is a good buying signal for a rise. There is a buying signal for a rise. There is a buy signal. We can see here that after buying here, there was a good upward trend. Meanwhile, at the low price in 2022, there were many buy signals, and the price saw a huge reversal.
In December,
there is a sell signal. There was a sell signal
at the absolute top of the price.
We successfully stopped loss. Okay, this is how to use S11.